Can anybody name this famous thriller slash horror director? I'm gonna give y'all 3 seconds. Do you know his name? His name is M. Night Shyamalan. The M. Night Shyamalan's biggest success, I would say that I know, is Sixth Sense. I remember everybody was raving about it for months and months and months. He's come out with a lot of work since then, but I don't think any of them have been super successful. Um, but he's still doing his thing out there. What did he do? I think he did The Happening, which was kind of cool, but it was very confusing because it just was so open-ended in the end. Anyway, recently M. Night Shyamalan, he produced a series for Apple Plus called The Servant. Did anybody happen to catch this series at all on Apple Plus called The Servant? If you did not, essentially the plot is that a mother loses her child and essentially, loses touch with reality and gets a doll baby, and feels like the doll baby's real, and then a nanny comes and the nanny, just basically feeds into her delusion. The show ran for 4 seasons on Apple Plus. I guess it did well if it ran for 4 seasons. But M. Night Shyamalan is currently being sued by another director named Francesco Gregorini. Francesca Gregorini produced a film called The Truth About Emmanuel that was played at Sundance Film Festival. It starred Jessica Biel as the mother and essentially had the same plot. A mother who loses her child and, loses touch with reality and such and such. So Francesca is now suing M. Night Shyamalan for stealing her idea because she's like, this played at Sundance Film Festival. I know you saw it and you took it and you made it a TV show, right? And what M. Night Shyamalan's people are saying is that, girl, these are just some basic ideas. You can't copyright an idea. The idea of a mother losing her baby is not new. The idea of a mother, cracking up, being mentally messed up because she lost her baby is not new. There has always been the idea of, surrogate babies or dolls or whatever. So they're basically trying to say, look, yes, the two things are similar, but the ideas weren't stolen. It's just an idea that was out there. So what Francesca Gregorini is going to have to prove probably is that there is a significant similarity in probably dialogue settings and things like that. But again, The Servant did well. It was on Apple Plus for 4 seasons. Apparently they said The Truth About Emmanuel, which is what they're saying M. Night Shyamalan copied from, made like $226 total worldwide. So big difference, right? But we'll have to see. It's going to, when you are claiming copyright infringement, again, you cannot copyright an idea. It has to be something concrete and something very distinctive, right? If I want to write a book about vampires, because vampires is kind of a general idea out there, I have to be very specific about my vampires. So Twilight, what do we know about the Twilight vampires? We know that they sparkle and, all this stuff. That lady, she created her distinctive vampires. But the idea of vampires is not hers, right? So Francesca is going to have to show that there is enough similarity between The Truth About Emmanuel and M. Night Shyamalan that there's no doubt that it was copied or used as inspiration. Okay. So those were the stories